Today's video is brought to you by Grey Viking Games. Click the link in the description below to buy MTG Arena codes for cosmetics, packs, and more. Hey, what's up, everyone? My name is Jeff, and today we're going to have some fun playing Magic. And real quick, I want to address the elephant in the room that this number says 65 instead of 60. And I know, but I actually think it's right. And that's typically wrong. I totally admit and agree to that. But I wanted to try something a little bit different here. We've with Yorion coming out in the past with companions and everything like that, we've seen that decks can go up to 80 cards and still be really consistent. It just is a matter of, what things you're playing. Yeah, is it less consistent than 60? Yes. And do you typically want to be going down? Yes. But there's sometimes that I just want more than one of a certain card because it just makes it work better. Like Ashiok, I was only really finding one slot for it. Goldspan Dragon, I don't really want to go down to 2 copies. I want the 3 copies there because I want to be running. I have the ability to run into it 3 different times in a game. Like there are some times that, like, especially in a deck where I'm trying to go really long game with this, there's sometimes I just want more copies of stuff and I'm not necessarily running recursion or whatever. I guess Valky kind of counts as recursion, so I can play stuff back again. And that's kind of the idea of this deck. So first off, let's go ahead and dive into the idea of this deck. And then, I'll dive into the deep dive. But real quick, if you guys wouldn't mind, hit the like button, subscribe, definitely appreciate it. And let's jump into the deck here. So 65 cards. So first off, a lot of those are lands. I wanted to make sure that I was running enough lands, 26 lands here. And then I have 3 modal lands to get us up to a full 29. So would be half of the deck. Now it's a really high percentage of the deck. We're definitely should be hitting our lands drops just fine with Hogger Mauling, Shadow Smashing, and Disruption to get us up to our 29. And I like to have enough lands that I can still be holding these up and still feel pretty fine. Like I'm with 65, I'm not feeling like I'm up to 80 where I'm needing lots more lands. I feel like there's still a good high chance that that's going to be plenty. I think that 29 out of 65 is pretty good. I don't know the math on that, but it seems decent. Okay. So basically what we have here is we get to bring in Frostbite, which is one of the best removal spells for creatures or planeswalkers, as long as we have snow permanents. And that was the other side of this too, is that I wanted to be playing, enough pathways that make sense, have enough mana that we can hit, but still have Faceless Havens in the deck as well. And so basically what we're doing is I'm running, quite a few of the, I think 8 of these basic lands. We have one of each of these tapped snow lands. Yeah, the tapped snow lands are bad, but we also can play around them okay with this. And then I also wanted to make sure I had full play set of Fable Passage for the Kazuma, just because we do want some extra land drops. And in Grixis, that's kind of our best way to do it, our only way really to do it. And then we of course have Faceless Haven because we're gonna be playing in snow, and it just gets us another snow mana so that we can have our Frostbites turn on. Blood in the Snow working for us, and then Ascendant Spirit. Those are only real snow cards. Everything else is not based around snow. But I just wanted to have a couple of things which I feel like work in Grixis. Ascendant Spirit, it has something that we can pump up and get. It's a win con in the early game, but it's also just a good blocker. It's something that we can play with Valky as soon as it comes out. Like if we exile something off the top or whatever, we might well have enough mana to still be playing stuff like that. That's kind of the idea here, is that we get to do good stuffs. And so that's basically our game plan, is we want to get to Tibble. Tibble is our #1 win con in this deck, is Valky in the early game, Tibble in the late game. I wanted to play a deck that fit with 4 copies of this, that we'd be able to kind of get there. We do have a few other good win cons, with Goldspan Dragon just being awesome, Ashiok be able to close out games really well, and then just a bunch of control in general. And Bonecrusher Giants, Brazen Power is really good for the early game, mid game, just to have extra threats, get their life total down a little bit lower, and get us up to a Valky. And then also just have good things we can play from our graveyard as well with it is pretty nice. And then of course just a couple extra things. Negates are kind of needed right now, and saw it coming. Negate because we need to be countering the ultimatum. The ultimatums right now are just busted, and so having 2 copies of Negate in here is perfect. Saw it coming as well to have a couple extra, and a lot of times they are playing it on turn 7, so Disruption can catch something in the early game against aggro, or hopefully still counter and ultimatum. So it's a 5th copy, so we have a little bit of chance with that. So we need to have that just because that's what's in meta. There are Ember Cleaves you can counter. There's other things that are good to counter, of course, as well. Negate actually hits a lot of things that Showdown with the Scalds, a lot of things even in the aggro decks right now, Maul, whatever else. And so yeah, that's basically the deck. I'm not going to dive too far into this one today. Basically this is the idea. We have a lot of target removal in the early game. with some board wipes, Crippling Fear to be able to counter or kill a lot of the more aggro decks, and also still keep. We're not going to have too many creatures alive. If ever we have we might have a Valky, an Ascendant Spirit, and a Bone Crusher Giant on the board at the same time. Goldsmith Giant would be able to survive Crippling Fear. Maybe Brazen Bar or Cosma, but Cosma typically I'm going to bounce back, and it actually dodges it anyway. And so most of our cards, we'll just choose the one that we really want to keep alive, and we're not typically going to have too many creatures out in the battlefield at the same time that we can play around this and call them giants or gods or whatever we want to do, So that's it, guys. Let's go and jump into the gameplay, see how it does it for us, and wish me luck. All right, up against Show. For show. So we have Valky, we have Disruption, and all of our colors at the moment. We don't have a lot of lands, but we're going to keep this. Valky is a big part of the game plan. And we get a peek at their hand at least so we can see what other stuff we need to be doing. Definitely wouldn't mind more removal. And this is basically what I wanted with these dual lands. I don't want them that often, but it is a snow land for us, and I want one on turn 1 for us. It's the perfect turn 1 play. And then in the later game, if we run into them, it's not typically the worst. But having dual lands, there's not any good dual land in the format right now. Pathways are awesome, but they don't add two different colors of mana. So the consistency definitely goes down because you have to choose one, and it typically isn't the right choice. From my experience, it's always the wrong choice. So do I want to take a thing right now, or do I just want to hold up Disruption? Honestly, I think Disruption is actually going to remove something where Valky does not. So we're going to do that first, and then hopefully hit a Bone Crusher Giant with a Valky after they've tapped down. All right, take it. Okay, Fireblade Charger. Are they not going to play anything? Yeah, okay, yeah. They played around it. That typically doesn't happen. All right, we're getting close to the Faceless Haven, which is nice. We'll go Valky this turn. If they do end up killing it, we can Valky and still hold up Disruption on the next turn. All right, take that away. They can Shatter Skull for 1. Kill this, get it back. Yeah, this was not the right deck to be running what we're running against it. Uh-oh. All right, so the Shatter Skull for 1 makes a lot of sense. They could probably just attack in and be fine as well. That's their other choice. Just don't care about it. Okay, swings in. All right, I like the Heartless Act for the Faceless Haven. Embercleave comes down next turn as well. Let's throw out on black or red. Goldspan Dragon. Yeah, so we put on red because then we can get the mana anyway. So pass the turn. All right, gonna swing in, throw down the Embercleave. Okay, Disruption. Part of me wants to just counter or to kill everything they target, and then we could have Disruption up for Goldspan Dragon potentially in the next turn. But I can also just steal it after swinging with Goldspan, right? So yeah, let's actually just kill something now. This is the best answer for Faceless Haven as well. One of the best answers. And we can also do that with Goldspan Dragon on the next turn. All right, I think we just take 2. All right, now let's go ahead and kill this. Kill it now before it gets a chance to do another point of damage. There's a Frostbite. That's nice. All right, well, Goldspan Dragon. Attack in, get some extra manas. Now we have the Frostbite online as well. 1, 2, 3 Snowlands, so we can kill Faceless Haven. So pass the turn. Goldspan Dragon would definitely be annoying if they hit the land here. Yeah, so now I should have gone for Valky, but I was potentially stopping 5 point of damage there. They might go for Faceless Haven anyway. Okay, Nope. Goldspan Dragon. Yep, that's bad. That's really not good. Still taking 5. I was hoping they just didn't have the land. We didn't get to take a peek at the hand recently. Down to 9. Yep. Passes my turn. Another Goldspan Dragon. It's a lot of mana. I actually just have Valky right now, right? Okay, let's do that. Let's just take their Goldspan Dragon. All right, yeah, exile the Goldspan Dragon.
And away you go.
Attack in and have Frostbite online. Again for Faceless Haven. They still have 1 mana up. There's a good chance that Tybalt dies anyway. Just to a direct removal spell. Let's go ahead and hit in. It's a little bit greedy, but we do have a good removal spell. Let's just hope for not another Goldspan Dragon of theirs too. Okay, yeah, so Frostbite already kills it, yeah. So no reason holding it back right now, just for our life total, but I think Frostbite I'd rather have up for the Faceless Haven rather than trading off with Goldspan Dragon. And then we have 2 more Goldspan Dragons in later turns. Good stuff. All right, resolve. This has vigilance, so they technically still have 3 mana up. All right, Frostbite for 3. Right, 1, 2, 3. Okay, good. Down to 8. Crippling Fear. All right, use this Goldspan Dragon. We get a hit. I could play Crippling Fear after we hit as well, just to kill this. If they have Rimrock Knight and Embercleave, we could be dead. They'd have to have a land as well, actually. So I think we're okay to go for this. I don't see how they get 8 points of damage with only 1 card left. I could totally be wrong, but we're gonna try for it. All right. There's 4 points of damage. And then the Embercleave. You gotta be kidding me. Do they actually have it? Okay, I was gonna say, no way. That would be the way to get there, is Fervent Champion and Embercleave. Wait, actually, would that be enough? No, they would do 6 plus 2. Yeah, that'd be 8, yeah. That would be bad. And then they kill themselves, nice. All right, attack in. Sweet, we got there. Not too shabby. Not too shabby at all. All right, up against Gava Gandalf. Nice. Removal, disruption, sure. Decent hand. Not the bestest of hands, but it's a decent hand. Speaker of the Heavens. Stompy Boy's nice. Okay, pass the turn. All right, now this became like one of the best hands ever. I like it a lot. All right, Speaker of Heaven swings in, gains some life. Yup, yup, yup. Nothing else on their turn. Let's grab red mana. Probably gonna be throwing this onto black. Let's just get our snowlands out. With Fable Passage, I know that we can get up to 3 snowlands pretty quickly when we need to. So let's just go ahead and throw this out on black. Pass the turn. I'm fine taking 1 more hit here if need be. Heartless Act. Heartless Act doesn't hit everything in this, but Bone Crusher also can't hit everything after a while either. So, yeah, just kill it while we can. Let's go. Do I want to get up Bone Crusher Giant or Valky? taking whatever thing they can play here could be really nice. Let's take a peek at that hand. Luris and Apparition. So Luris can come out, we can kill that all day long. That's fine. Apparition is something we don't want to see. Pass the turn. So if I turn this into an Apparition, there's technically an exile card underneath it. So when it leaves the battlefield, the exile card's owner creates an XX blue illusion creature token. Because there is something exiled, I've always wondered this. Does it create an illusion token? I don't know. I'm intrigued. So this looks like CGB's version. You can bring back the Speaker of the Heavens. Yep, that's cool. Okay, that's my turn. Ooh, and the Frostbite now. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. There's nothing else they're going to be playing just yet. Debating if I just want to shut them down right away. Getting their life total lower could be nice. So let's go ahead and just Heartless Act. Kill the Luris, Frostbite, Speaker. Yeah, we'll keep the Valkyrie around so they don't have Skyclave. Swing in. Ashiok for some removal in the next turn. Pass the turn. And then hopefully we start finding some lands to get us up to Valky or Tybalt mana. Dexis. Land and Maul. Luminarch Aspirant. Alright. I think it's counter onto the Daxos. Daxos is harder to kill. You've already seen a Heartless Act. Alright, well, we know Wall of Skyclaves can get equipped onto anything. That's bad. I don't think I technically need much blue mana. I need either black mana for board wipe or red mana for Goldspan Dragon. Let's go black mana. I think I'd rather find board wipe in this matchup. So hope for the best. All right, so Ashiok, return target non-land permanent to its owner's hand. That player then exiles a card from their hand. Non-land permanent, I could get rid of like a Maul of Skyclaves or whatever. If I play Ashiok, they end up equipping here, putting it onto that. I could just get out Ascendant Spirit. We now have 3 snow mana. I could still use Valky, which doesn't actually do anything at all. I could also just make take this up with Ashiok. They won't be able to kill it this next turn, most likely. So at least get a couple 2/3s out of it, and then hopefully find removal. I could bounce the Luminarch Aspirant. They probably get rid of the other Maul. And that way Heartless Act becomes a little bit better. Let's go for that. Don't want them to have a bunch of action in hand. Double Maul kills us really quickly if we don't find removal. And right now we don't have removal. This can at least hopefully get rid of one creature. And if not, at least one creature from being relevant for a while. I gets rid of the Maul. All right, pass the turn. Let's go to the Maul today. See, they're equipping now. Actually, I think I would have let them hit with just the Daxos anyway. Okay, pass to my turn. Another Ashiok. Oh, that's brutal. All right, sweet. Nice. Okie dokie then. All right, which one of your creatures do you want? Now everything, we get an extra couple turns to find more stuff. I like it. We can actually start hitting it with like Faceless Haven if we needed to. I think I'm going to start growing the Ascendant Spirit though as a way to block flyers. Get up to a 6/6, should be fine. Pass the turn. Wouldn't mind more land. Another land, get us closer to that Valky. Luminarch Aspirant. Removal or land would be sweet. Stomp. Okay, well, let's go Ascendant Spirit. Ashiok. I could just get out Bone Crusher Giant and start racing. Getting the Ascendant Spirit ticked up is pretty nice too. I can only tick up once and then still hold up Bone Crusher. Okay, yeah. Just in case they have other things. Yep, counter there. Kill the Ashiok. That's cool, that's cool. Ashiok dies. Do I want to hold on to Bone Crusher Giant? Or just get their life total a little lower? We're still winning the race at the moment, as long as I tick this up. I would like to be able to hit another creature later, so yeah, we'll hold off for now. Yeah, still hold on to the Bone Crusher Giant. Swing in for a bunch and a half. Down to 12, pass the turn. Counter there. Definitely wouldn't mind finding a land. Alright, I think we just go wide here. So let's go Kazuma, Bone Crusher Giant, make them feel terrible about themselves and whatnot. Yeah, pass the turn. And if we ever just find board wipe or like a removal spell, we're good. We could also just go wide there and be totally fine. I think we actually, do we have lethal even through them blocking the spirit? We had 4, 8, so we're close to lethal. With the Bunker Giant, we would have had lethal on the next turn. So if they didn't find any creatures, so sweet stuff there. All right, up against Alphatus and negate Brazen Bar, Shatter Skull Smashing. We do have double red, but I kind of want all my colors out here. Is Brazen Bar enough to keep us, like if this is an aggro matchup, I can bounce one thing and then we have to get to Blood and Snow for anything else. But I'm going to go and try and keep this. We do have negate as well, which should slow even aggro down, like I was saying before, oft times. We're going to go to get this out tapped. Pass the turn. That is more removal for us. That would be nice. Selfless Savior. All right. Well, it is aggro. Crippling Fear. Nice. All right. We need black mana. Uh-oh. We don't have double black yet. That's not good. I threw out the black mana trying to get up to Crippling Fear and I totally forgot I need Brazen Borrower here still, but that's fine. It's all good. No mistakes made. Hey, Usher the Fallen. Cool. Another 1-drop. All of the 1-drops. Sounds great. Frostbite sounds amazing too. All right, so Frostbite, kill the Usher, give it protection with Selfless Savior, and then I probably will just bounce now. Make him feel real bad about it. All right, they let it just die. Pass the turn. Maybe I should have bounced something there, but they're just 1-drops anyway. Luminarch Aspirant. All right, so don't let them go to combat. I'm going to bounce this now. If they want to use All See to Life's Bounty, that's fine. Yeah, okay. And now we're just hoping for that black source for the Crippling Fear. If we can go Crippling Fear and then into Blood on the Snow, like this is so good. Down to 18. Not it. Do I want more blue or red? I think our only real red source... Yeah, I think we go blue. I'm trying to remember what we have for double blue, but... Only one snowland out so far. But like I said, we don't have that many snow things out there. Our Frostbite still worked just fine. You know, there's a lot of targets for everything we typically need. Ashiok will be a good blocker for the Faceless Haven as well. So just any land is good here. Definitely want it to be, you know, a black source here. Okay then. Sounds fine. Darn it. So I can return the Luminarch Aspirant, but then we die to Faceless Haven. That does take up their entire turn to do that. And I can't Blood and Snow get this back anytime real soon. All right, so let's just go for the 2/3. Make him take a couple turns to deal with this. This dodge is like Skyclave Apparition. The only thing that'll probably hit it that they have is Glass Casket. Maul the Skyclaves. Just kidding. Should it? Yeah, okay. Bad stuff. Oh, man. Just not getting the right colors at the right time. Love it. It's the best. All right. Use Ashiok here. Do I want to start swinging in? So I can Heartless Act, remove the counters from it, which doesn't keep Ashiok alive. Faceless Haven has a counter already, so this doesn't work on that. I think I'm going to just keep up the negate, though. Let's see. I can also just block the Faceless Haven. All right, pass the turn. We need to kill as many things as possible to keep ourselves alive. We have negate and Heartless Act up. Sure, fine. It can protect it from our blue or black, which is annoying. So now we're just chumping. All right. Yep. Cool. Come on, black mana. I believe in you. Okay, Luminarch swings at Ashiok. Yeah, the All Sealized Bounty here is really annoying. Just swinging at face. So block here. Remove 2 counters. That gets it down to Crippling Fear level. And I think that they're going to keep the All-Seed around for this, so let's just go ahead and do this real quick. Like, I'm not sure if they use All-Seed Bounty for this, but it probably is the right play. Just trying to keep her life total high as high as possible. Come on, black mana. That would be so sweet to hit the nightmare here. Or yeah, the... All right. I've always hated this. Heartless Act has the funkiest UI or whatever. The interface is just really, really annoying. There we go. I could think of the word eventually. Can't actually give it flying yet. Come on, deck. What's up with this crap? All right, well, Ascended Spirit. Hold up negate, so we're not going to use this just yet, but pass the turn. These are nightmares. We might end up having to kill the spirit with Crippling Fear if we find it, but I was throwing out another potential blocker here just in case. Might use that to chump the Faceless Haven instead. And we kept ourselves alive for an extra turn. Yes. All right, use Faceless Haven. Gives that protection from blue. Yeah, okay. And then the counter from Luminarch Aspirant is game. Yeah, okay. Dude, just couldn't find the black source. Yep, good game. You got us. Okay, on to the next one. Yeah. I guess I should wait for Luminarch Aspirant to actually put the counter there, but they can also swing with just that now and we'd be dead a lot of times over, so. Okie dokie then. Are we against Haladusk and Brazen, Bone Crusher, and Sock Coming? A sweet opening hand. And all of our colors. I dig it. I like it. It's the best. We do want to make sure we get the right colors out there. All right, play out Snow-Covered Island. Not too scared of this because we do have the Brazen Borrower to bounce. Ashiok can also bounce it. Two of them, however, can end up getting a little bit scurry. All right, kill this with fire. Let's see. They could end up trying to play out like a Mogus of Favor or something like that. So let's go ahead and pass the turn. Try to stomp on the right time. Yeah, we're just gonna kill this anyway. I'd rather them not have card draw. We still have a good answer for Lurrus as well. This has Death Touch now. I don't think I've seen anyone actually run the Black Rune. I mean, they're all decent, right? They all draw cards, give something cool. All right, let's go with... I think I'm going to Frostbite right away to kill that Hateful Eidolon. Getting out the Snowland would actually be pretty nice. So I'm not using Sot coming this turn. Pass the turn. Not putting out any creatures either, so they don't have the Mire's Grasps and whatnot. Acquisitions Expert. Cleric and Rogue, so they get to look at two things. So I'm probably going to lose an Ashiok or a land. Let's go ahead and Frostbite. So it dies and comes back right away. Could bounce it back to hand. They have to play it out another turn, but I think they're fine with that, right? To get rid of a Brazen Borrower. Brazen Borrower works better when it gets rid of other stuff. All right, fine. I might actually just lose the Brazen Borrower here. So let's go with... I don't think I need another red source just yet. And Sot coming? Wouldn't mind a board wipe. Could have given both of the lands because I was fine with one of them going away. But I actually do want the land to get up to Ashiok as well. So it's... Oh my gosh, that's amazing. Okie dokie then. We're going to choose... oh, we need a really good one here. We're going to choose a Bringer. We are the Bringer of Fear. None of those are Bringers. What? Weird. Okay. Well, dead. Sweet draw. Working's Vessel. Kazuma. Could hold up Sot coming for the Lurrus. Ashiok's also just amazing. I don't have a way to deal with the Lurrus otherwise. And so I'm debating if I just want to get some, like, play out... No, I have to have Kazuma. Alright, let's see here. Let's, I think we just pass the turn. I'm not even going to foretell the Sot coming because I don't want them to see the Sot coming, you know? Lurrus is definitely their best play, and so we just want to counter that as much as possible. Yeah. Even if it, like, we waited an extra turn to make it happen, getting Lurrus off the board is just huge. Huge. And Valky coming, sweet. Yeah, well, now it's Ashiok. We'll go ahead and just make it 2-3 for now. Might even let this hit. We'll see. Exile 3 cards face up. Among face-up cards your opponents own in exile. I mean, now I'm fine blocking, keep Ashiok a little bit more alive, right? Doesn't... they're not drawing a card with that, doing anything else, it doesn't really matter. Let's go with, I do want to get up to 6 mana with this. Let's go for Kazuma. Can turn the Spirit into a 2/3 as well. Yeah, I feel like we're in pretty good shape at that point. So nice. That Crippling Fear draw was amazing. All right, we against 5 Hingor. Man, I'm trying to decide if Valky is actually a good 2-drop. Like, I love Valky as a 2-drop, but it's good if you have other things to be playing with it. We do have Cosma on turn 3, so I've been wanting to see that play out as well. It doesn't really create a lot of stuff on board necessarily. I guess I could also play the Omen Kill into Valky. Start hitting lands. I mean, that's another way to go with Kazuma, for sure. All right, so we need counter spells and quickly. Do I need card draw with Kazuma? I think I'm hitting my land drops just fine right now. So let's go ahead and play out Valky. What color? Okay, doesn't matter. Okay, I guess I do have already double blue, so let's go ahead and put it here. Valky. Take a peek at that hand. Take their own Valky. They have bindings and negates. Okay. Pass the turn. Issue with Binding Little God here is that if we play out Kazuma, they get to kill the Kazuma before we get to blink it. Swing in. And then they have another one to kill Valky on the next turn. They're not really worried about it. I can turn it into a Valky though, you know. That's cool stuff. Maybe I just throw it onto Omen Kill. They could also kill that side of it, but I think it has a higher chance of surviving, and then we can at least swing in with it. The next turn, I could throw out Bone Crusher Giant, just get in for damage. You know, that's actually probably the better play. Force him to deal with it. We have 6 power on board. That's a 3-turn clock. We can also get up to Goldspan Dragon soonish. Yeah, it has to kill the Bone Crusher. Yep. All right, swing in. Hogger Mauling is actually a pretty nice land here for us. Although I do need targeted removal to kill like a Vorinclex potentially. They didn't have the ultimatum yet. We know they're just going to kill something anyway here. We'll just put out Kazuma. It keeps power on the board. If not, it's card draw for us. Well, yeah, whatever. Search for land. Dude, Binding is such a good card for this deck. That's why most people aren't playing Grixis right now, is because of Sultai being busted. So good. And of course the Yorion Ultimatum stuff. Is there a Grixis Ultimatum? I don't think that they had one of those for this set. Alright, Binding comes back. Kind of forgot about Yorion being awesome. Did they already bring it back to hand? Maybe I should have gone for the other Valky and just taken that out of there. Kills Kazuma. Yep. And now we can't even hit with Goldspan Dragon. Sad day, man. I might do it anyway because it gets us up to Tybalt. Which then they just hold up Negate. Have another Binding of the Old Gods. Alright, just pass the turn. Ultimatum. Because you always have it all. Every time. No, whoa. We got a shot. Whew. Okay, then. Oh, goodness. Swinging with Yorion. Cool. Down to 16. Rest of my turn. Goldspan Dragon. Hopefully no Sot coming here. What's that last card? It's something with interaction at least. Scary. Soul Shatter. Oh. All right, that's game. That's just game here. Oh my gosh. They didn't even have targeted removal for our Goldspan Dragon. They just had the Soul Shatter. For the love. Good game, sir. Rude. All right, guys, I'm gonna keep this one a little bit shorter. I head into a wedding right after this. Didn't have MTG Assistant open up today, apparently. This happens sometimes, and it's kind of annoying. But here's the stats. And I might change up the orders because I don't like putting a loss and a loss on the beginning and end. We'll see. But yeah, so 3 and 2, decent stats with everything. We're playing up against some of the best decks. Definitely didn't find the right pieces for the right decks at times, and that's where the losses come from. The deck is fun. I think 65 cards isn't the absolute worst. You know, like I didn't feel like we were missing stuff as often. Were there some times where maybe I would have liked finding some pieces instead of others? Yeah, but I don't think that the 65 was the issue of that. I think that we had the right amount of lands in our deck because of it. I think that like the things that I wanted to see more often, we have an extra copy in here because it's up to 65 rather than anything else. Like we just didn't ever find a Blood in the Snow, or if we did, we didn't find the right lands for it in time, you know, and that's just one of those things. Like, and then in the other games, we found all of those lands and didn't find them the other time. So it's just basic Magic anyway. You know, that just happens. Sometimes you find the things you need, sometimes you don't. So I don't feel like going up to 65 cards hurts this deck, at least from what I'm seeing. You can definitely disagree with me in the comments below. But ultimately, I actually kind of like thinking outside the box here and doing that kind of stuff. So if you guys enjoy this kind of gameplay, enjoy out of the box thinking, then hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. And the secret word for this one is thinking outside the box. So there you go. Bam, do it. Those that put in the comments below, I'll know that you made it to the end of the video. I appreciate you. I'll heart your comment most of the time. Sometimes I don't see it, and I'm going on to a wedding here, so we'll see if I get to it sooner or later. But anyway, see you guys in the next one. Thanks so much, and bye-bye.